fame easy, get your dame easy, you know what I mean? Fame Life, my name started off as Fame Us. It was fame.us, you know what I'm saying? It was like a logo, I mean like a quote I had behind that, because it was like a team of us and shit, and it was like no matter the fame, it's still us. So that's where the name had started from, and then as time grew, it evolved into Fame Life, which is an acronym for the way I live and the way I do business, which is fearless, ambitious, motivated, and elevated. It's a lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? So it's Fame Life. But yes, sir, you know what I mean? In the building, representing Brooklyn. I spent time in Virginia too, you know what I mean? And now we here in Florida. But the music started in Brooklyn. I originally was an actor, still am, but I started off stage acting, doing plays and all that stuff like that, you know, in school, elementary school, middle school. My mom's had me in the arts and all that. So that's what got me comfortable on stage and just like being comfortable in that spotlight. From there, I was writing poetry. I was doing a lot of poetry and shit in high school, and I was using that to get the shorties. You know, I write a little poem, throw it in a locker, you know what I mean? And it was working. So, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, some talent there, you feel me? So it went from the poetry to actually like making music. I had, I used to record on a boom box, where it's like I would take two boom boxes. One of the boom boxes had like a mic. It was like slits in the boom box that you had to put your mouth down to record, you know what I'm saying? So I would take one, I have the beat playing, and then I would be rapping into the boombox and shit, and that's when I was making my first tracks and shit. My first song was called The Notebook, and what that was about was I basically personified my rap book, you know what I'm saying? I made it into like a person that I was rapping about and shit like that. So that was the first, you know what I mean, my first engineer job, you feel me? When I first started doing everything like that. So then it just evolved. I got with these guys and shit. By this time, I'm in Virginia with my mother. She had moved me out of New York. I'm in Virginia now, finishing high school. And I got with these guys, shout out my guys, Diamondback Entertainment, you know what I mean? Which was my homeboy's older brother record company. Now, they was from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? But they lived in Virginia and shit now. And his brother company was like moving and shaking, you know what I'm saying? Like they were selling beats to a lot of artists during that time. That's how they got their money. They were selling beats to Busta Rhymes, Jewels, and they had their team of guys that was just moving and shaking a lot around in Virginia and shit. So I had started getting with them. Also, I had a friend of mine who was also into the music scene, but he was on the outside. Like he was like the CEO. And it's funny now that we was all like 16, 17 when we was doing this, and I didn't even know the knowledge that he had to extension. So he really seen the vision. He had went and got us the LLC, you know what I'm saying, Seven City Entertainment. He got us the LLC, and they were setting up studio time, because it was like a group of us in the school, you know what I'm saying? We would all have like our meetings in like the media room, like after school hours. And we would go in there, you know, brainstorm and stuff. And it's like, yo, we would set up like a true company, you know what I mean? And like, we didn't even notice it, but yeah, he would set up the studio times. The studio was some far place, but we would have our other homeboy. They had 2 cars, so they would come and get everybody that was in the group, and we would all ride to the studio and we made tracks. We dropped two mixtapes in the school. We dropped 2 mixtapes, and I mean, we was selling around school $10. I mean, we was making bread. We was caking on there. And people was like, you know, fans of us. We had fans in the school. We was doing the talent shows, like all of that. So we was turning up. So come back into focus with the Diamondback situation. I had a situation where his brother wanted to put me on the company, but it didn't happen. My moms had seen them, shit, you know, your moms and stuff are very judgmental and shit, so she seen them. They had on, this was like during the time when we were still wearing baggy clothes, so they had on like the big leather jackets, you know what I mean, the big jeans, but they all said Diamondback, and she thought they looked too hood and all of that. So she didn't let me end up signing, which I don't know where it could have got me today. I mean, could have been even further, you know what I mean, the time with the financial backing that they had at the time and shit. But yeah, so she didn't let me sign, but I did, you know, do stuff, do more things with them, you know, record music and all that stuff, and just was, you know, soaking up all the gems that I was getting from my boy, older brother D. My boy named 16, shout out to 16, you know what I mean? So from there, elevated and, you know, went to school, college, and all of that, and I just kept going. And it wasn't like focus, seriousness, you know what I'm saying? But I knew that's what I wanted to do. That was my calling, like, as far as doing the music and all of that. So from there, yeah, so from there, I got more immersed in with meeting new people and stuff in college, like all my bros and stuff like that. We, freestyle all the time, and it was like, I would freestyle all the time, and it just became with like my freestyles almost sound like they was written. And it just like my stature just elevated. So I started going to do more shows, doing recording, you know what I mean? And I started taking it more seriously and shit like that. After school now, fast forward, I'm back in New York. Back in New York, I'm moving and shaking, finding the waves, because I was like, one thing I had to do was, I was in Virginia doing the music and shit, but it's like out there, you reach a certain plane and shit. I had moved back after college. I was in Virginia for a little bit, but then I dipped. So we went to, back in Brooklyn. I mean, I had to get back to the roots and all that, and all my team and all my guys and out there and shit like that. So we was doing a lot more things, a lot more events. And I started working with this team called Rap School, which is now my team and shit, all my guys and shit. We all as one, you know what I mean? But it was this thing I was going to every Sunday called Rap School. And it would start off like in a brownstone. My boy would pull up, he'd make empanadas, and he would just go in there and you rapped, you did poetry, broke dance, whatever. You know what I mean? We just had something every Sunday. Every Sunday, it was just mad dope. So that was Rap School, you know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Chef, you know what I mean? And it just elevated, it just grew from there. Like, so many people came out of there. Some guys in Flatbush Zombies, Rum Streets, Ocean, like a bunch of people, were just in the vibes of Rap School, and it honed in on a lot of the talent in Brooklyn. And we had multiple locations and stuff we would go to, so it had stopped for a little bit, and I had seen the guy who was putting them all together, my boy Chef, in the court building one day. And I was asking him about it, like, yo, what was going on and all that stuff like that. So he let me in, know that he was making a transition, a new spot and all that stuff like that. So me and him got closer and we started working together, so then me and him started doing the Rap School stuff together. So I was making it bigger as far as getting more people in there. We had to get bigger venues because the brownstone couldn't fit everybody. And then it just became huge. Like, it was already a statue in New York, but then it became even more, you know what I mean? And it started a lot of other groups, Treble FM, this group just that was doing the same things that we was doing, which was great, you know what I'm saying? Because it was great for the artists in the community. So Rap School grew, and we was having events everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Big house parties, Halloween joints and shit like that. And that's where my organization came in, you know what I'm saying? Me and Chef was like the bread, and we just push forward for everything that keep going and make shit happen. So that was the Rap School vibes, man, and it was dope, man. It still is, you know what I mean? It still is to this day, rings bells, and it definitely shaped everybody as far as being an artist and moving and shaking and getting better with your craft and everything like that. So from there, Rap School. Now I'm just like serious upon everything, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, we gotta make shit happen. I'm dropping albums, EPs. My boy Khaled Anderson had moved up there. We had met at an open mic, and we tapped in and shit. We started making a whole bunch of music together, and it just became, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do, and this is how we gonna make it happen, and shit like that. And then the pandemic hit. Shut down a lot of our stuff. I love our venues, a lot of the things we wanted to do, couldn't do them at that time. We had to do them like underground, secret shit, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up going on a couple tours, some tours. Shout out to my boy Scott Morris. He put together tours for artists and everything like that. Go check out A&Rs, different radio stations, everything. But you gotta be your voice. He'll put you in a room, but you gotta go talk to the people. So me, I'm a networker, so I was out moving and shaking. We was on the West Coast, we was down south. I had did a mini tour on the West. I went to Arizona, Long Beach, and I was all up in Cali. And it was dope vibes, good energy, man. People was great, and I came back to New York, and the snow was like up to my knee. And I was like, nah, man, I ain't doing this. I gotta dip. And I had visited Tampa, and Tampa was very dope. And my boy Khaled, I ended up moving back to West Palm, and he was like, yo, I got a situation where I'm working for this company. Come down, check it out. Cause I didn't know. I wanted to get out of New York, but I didn't know where I wanted to go. So I ended up coming down to Florida. Well, before that, I could go speed back real quick. So when I was in New York, doing the music and all that, the pandemic, like I said, the pandemic hit, And they kept putting on the news, you know, about like all these people wanting to get the shots and the jabs and all that stuff and all that. So it was like during this time I had stopped eating meat. And I was just more so on like the health wave and just doing things better for my body and shit. So after that, the whole smoothie thing had came about. Because one thing about it in New York, your best way to get your fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, you in a fast-paced world and shit. So, and I wasn't big on veggies at the time, as far as like cooking them and all that stuff. So the easiest way to get it was in a smoothie. So I used to make smoothies all the time in the crib. I had the NutriBullet, you know, we was staying out, and I was living in Staten Island at the time. We had a house in Staten Island, and it was just a bunch of us in there. And during the whole pandemic time, like, we was all different content creators. So we was all creating content, just doing a whole bunch of vibes, you know what I'm saying? So the song I had, it was a beat. A friend of mine made the beat, and the beat was just dope, and I sat on it. I probably had it for like a few months, and I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with it, but I was like, I had to do something dope with it, you know what I'm saying? So one day I was just outside, chilling on the side of the house, and something just came to me. You know, I was out there actually drinking a smoothie, and something just came to me, and I just started like rapping along to it. Cause you know, sometimes when you building songs, you just building the harmonies and how you want it to sound and play out and stuff like that. So I came up with the hook. You know, I need my smoothie, please, gigantic carrots, beef, pomegranates, boom. And I was like, all right, boom, this is it. Then I started filling in the verses, and you know what I'm saying, from there we had a hit. So the thing that it separated was that nobody was making songs about smoothies. You know, everybody makes songs about liquor, popping pills, you know what I mean, all the other stuff, but smoothies. And during this time, it was the pandemic, it was probably one of the best things to make a song about, because at the end of the day, music is we forgot that music was how we learn, how we deliver messages, you know what I'm saying? So as far as like just talking about the smoothies, the whole hook is a recipe, you know what I mean? The hook is a recipe, and it's just about, you know, health, you know, putting the health back in hip hop, you feel me? So that's where that grew from, and then from there it grew into my mind as a brand, you know what I'm saying? But we'll get to that part as far as when it became like a full-on brand. From this part, it was just the song that was going crazy, that was being pushed, you know, everywhere and stuff like that. And before I had left, we had filmed the music video in the actual smoothie shop. So it was a black-owned smoothie shop, real cool dude. We was originally supposed to shoot it at Styles P smoothie shop, but during that time, his smoothie shop wasn't functioning during the hours that we had to go and shoot. So a friend of mine who's a realtor, he actually was like, yo, I know this other guy, very, very dope guy, cool. So we went, met him, he loved the song. I sent him the song first, he loved the song, he was like, yeah, definitely come through. Went there, I brought a bunch of people with me, and what I did that day, I actually bought smoothies, like for, I think I bought like 70 smoothies or something. You know, smoothies ain't cheap. So I bought a bunch of smoothies just to give out. Everybody who attended the video got a free smoothie, and then people just walking by and stuff, we was giving out smoothies. So it was like a cross marketing, you know what I'm saying? Marketing me, and then also marketing his smoothie shop. So we went from there. The video was dope, and I mean, had a good time. Everybody was out there, and it floated on from there. So speed forward to when I got to Florida. Again, my boy Khaled was like, he's working for this company, and they was doing just see if I, you know, where I could, you know, fit in, because I was heavy on now the content and doing marketing. I had went to college for marketing. So I came in as the social media marketing manager with the company. It was called Zeal, and what I was doing with them was basically each week we would have a meeting. I would basically show them exactly like how to post, because they had like 4 or 5 different artists over there. So it's basically like I was showing them how to post, what to post, you know, times of the day, just going over strategies and exactly see what they exactly wanted, you know what I'm saying? So one thing about that is like, it's tedious work, you know, it's tedious work, and it definitely shows who was really in for that and who was just being a hobbyist at the time, you know, because you got to put in a lot of work just with that stuff, you know what I mean? It's consistency and persistency. You got to keep on going, you feel me? So with that, it went off for a little bit, but I saw like at the top parts of the of the company that it was too many personal relationships around the money and things that I was planning and stuff like that, and it was starting like little dramas here and there and stuff like that. And I'm on the outside looking in, so I seen it from the outside, like, yeah, this look like it's gonna be shaky for a little bit, and that's what will happen. You know what I'm saying? It kind of check it. I'm gonna pause it real quick. Yo. No, but yeah, so it got shaky from there, and they end up disbanding. But it was like a situation where it was like me, Khaled, and my boy Juke. We was all like basically running the studio. And Juke was doing the engineering, Khaled was doing the engineering. We was all just staying in the studio, just creating and just making stuff happen. So eventually that fell apart. Us three had dipped off. Also Rose, T Rose. Us four had dipped off, and you know, went off on our own tangent. But what it did for me was introduce me to a lot of people, locals and stuff, because I was out on the scene. So I was just making moves out dolly, you know what I mean? Because Khaled wasn't really somebody that was outside. Juke doesn't go down there anywhere. And so it was me. I was new to the area, and I was like, I gotta figure out what's going on. I gotta figure out the ins and outs and make these moves, because that's what I do. So I'm out at events, they telling me, yo, go check this out, go check this out. I'm everywhere, you know what I mean? I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going there. Just peeping out everything and meeting people and networking and shit. And that's how things start growing for me. So I'm like, all right, boom, now I could throw my own events and shit. So I started putting together the weed pop-up shops, which was also like concerts, but it's, you know, it's like cross marketing and get everybody, you know, from different walks of life in there. So I started doing those. I did a puff and paint, 2 puff and paints. Did 3 pop-up shops, starting off and stuff. So the thing about that is it started getting attention of, you know, other people, the locals, and they start seeing me everywhere. So they like, yo, I don't know what you doing, bro, but I want to be part of it, you know what I mean? Because I see you moving and shaking and you getting shit right. So like that's how the team started becoming the team. Like I never went and sought out anybody or asked anybody for nothing. It was just like the universe gonna bring you certain people around you with the same mindset and work ethic, and that's what started happening. We was doing a lot of stuff out in Lake Worth. That's where I met 90s Culture, Drosky, a bunch of the guys and stuff that I know today. We was doing I forgot the name, it's Sugar Plum. That's where it was at. So Sugar Plum, doing a lot of stuff over there, shows, concerts, and that shit just grew. And when I first got here, one thing that I had loved about the Florida music scene was it was my first concert, big concert I went was at Sugar Plum. It was Reptilian Gang and this Haitian cat and shit. I forgot his name, but he was popping for a little bit too. But it was like, and then it was different artists and shit, but everybody was different, you know what I'm saying? Like all the music was different, like they had different vibes, and it was dope though, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, alright, it's refreshing, because another thing about New York was everybody, that's what the drill scene was happening, and everybody wanted to do the drill music, doing the same song over and over. And when I was throwing my events, I don't like that. Like I need you to come, you know, professional. I need you to have, you know what I mean, your backup track, not to be your main vocals. Know your music, know your song, you know what I mean, and just be different, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? So with that, I was just getting bored of that, and my inspiration was dying, so I had to just dip out anyway. So being out here, the water, the beach, and everything like that, damn near paradise, but my mindset's still the same, like grinding in New York. Like what I noticed a lot of guys out here, like they chill, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't move as fast paced because it's just like it's good vibes, you know what I'm saying? But coming here, I was like, no, I gotta get it going, because I'm new, I need to get things going, I need you to know me, you gotta know me, you gotta know me. So when I put things together, it's like, oh, I know that's fame, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like, my face is known, and just getting in, like now, like a lot of clubs and bars and shit, like I'm cool with security, cool with the owners and stuff, and it's just from the networking and just getting in the mix of being in this bubble, you know? So that's one thing that I had love. Again, like I said, the music was all different, and everybody had different flavors, and we just grew from there. So yeah, the team started being built. Certain artists I used to started working with more, and we just started creating. Me and 90 started working on a bunch of projects. Me and Khaled dropped a project. Me and Drosky dropped a project. You know, everything is on FAMELIFE.net. But yeah, man, just started striving from there, and we've been going up ever since. And the next wave is Texas, because I heard Texas is a good music area out there. It's a lot of land, and the taxes is cheaper as well. But for now, we down here and we making it happen. You know what I mean? That soul flow vibe, and you know that Miami vibe. Miami, that's a whole nother story down there. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a ride though. It's been a ride. going back and forth and, you know, traveling. That's the next thing. I definitely want to get over to performing overseas. That's where the bread at. That's where the bread, you know what I'm saying? But my experience down here has been dope. It's been dope so far. You know what I mean? Art Basels, I was able to even perform at Rolling Loud my first year and shit, and that was on some being in the right place at the right time. I had a friend who was a DJ, you know what I mean? And he was like, yo, somebody to pull up, you got music on you? Boom. I always carried my USB, was able to get up in there. Art Basel, we did a few things and shit with Clockwork Music, shout out to them. And then just being in the vibes, man. Like in New York, what we used to do was we would go to a lot of exclusive events, like releases, music, album listening parties, this celebrity appearance, that stuff, fashion week, all that stuff. So we was called, it's like a team of us, the Finesse Kids, you know what I'm saying? It's like these events and shit, dope, usually free food, open bar and shit like that, but you might get swag bags and shit, but you gotta get in there. And a lot of times it was like you had to finesse, you gotta look at the list, you know what I mean, see what's going on, but everybody had to find a way in there, you know what I'm saying? Once we was in there, we was in there, you know what I'm saying? But that's what we was doing in New York, and that's when like we was going out Monday through Thursday, because that's when like the exclusive stuff happens. On the weekends, that's when it's for the regular people and shit. But Monday through Thursday, we was out. I'm talking like a Microsoft event, you know what I mean? Apple event, just various stuff. And that's how I made a lot of my connections as well. Going in those places, being seen, and then like I don't just go there to just get drunk and eat the free food. Like no, I'm going in to find out who's who number I could get, who email I could get, and how I can further this and what I'm doing. So that's what I was doing, a whole bunch out there. My email list is huge. Always make sure your email list is long, you know what I'm saying? People like, oh, let me get your Instagram. Get your Instagram and email, and if your number too, because you can also do text marketing. But get that email, because if your Instagram go down or somebody hack it or whatever, you don't know nobody. You don't have no contacts, nothing. So you want to make sure you can always contact those people some way, somehow. Email, everybody checks the email. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays right there in the inbox. So that's a little gem. So those same vibes we was doing in New York, one of my guys, shout out to Foreign, Artnique, he also has a clothing line, very dope. He actually moved down here, so he's in Miami, and now that was my Miami connect. Cause I was down in Miami doing the same vibes anyway. Even when my guys came from New York, we were still in the mix, in the vibe, Rock Nation party, Playboy House, all that. So now he's down there. Now that's like my connection to getting the order stuff, because like I was getting stuff from certain people, but now I know it's like he don't know exactly what it is. This is what we doing and how we gonna get down there. And the whole what's just passed, Art Basel, fire, you know what I mean, fire. It was a dope vibe, and I was in the bait party, you know what I mean, getting treated like VIP service, you know, come in, so glad you made it, you know, all those type vibes and shit like that. So it's just now, even my footprint in Miami is just getting more stable as far as how I'm moving and shaking, and you know, people recognizing who I am. And it's just that I just gotta keep that ball rolling. I just gotta lock in and keep that ball rolling, so don't get lost in the sauce, because it's a lot of noise and you gotta cut through all the noise out there. It's the microwave era, so the music is just coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. So you just gotta get your fan base, hone in on them, and just keep serving them. And they gonna serve you by going to spread your music, telling this person, telling that person. You know what I'm saying? How many people you done put on to an artist that you like? So once you just focus on that, boom, you in there. And that's what I'm gonna be doing for, you know, for this time, for the rest of these times. You know what I mean? Focus on that circle and building community. That's the important part. Building community. That's what I'm looking at doing now, just making that bigger and creating my own ecosystem. When you got your own ecosystem, man, you just roll. You know what I'm saying? You just be rolling. But yeah, man, that's a short version, but you know what I mean? That's the story right there. Family. Oh, but then I got to say exactly how the brand. So Carrots Beach Pomegranates, you know what I mean? Got the merch on. Make sure y'all come get the merch, you feel me? But yeah, so it grew into brand, because especially now, as far as how people living, they're looking to become more healthy with their lifestyles and eating habits, and we're finding out all the poisons and everything that they put in our foods and stuff like that. So the song Smoothie Please, it grew into the brand Carrots Beach Pomegranates, which is the hook. From now, it's like, why not have a smoothie company? People was always telling me like, yo, you got a smoothie company, or you make smoothies? And I was like, no. But it's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? That's just another avenue where you can, you know what I'm saying, get your bread. So I was like, you know what, I should. So I started, I already had my LLC, Ace of Spades group, and then I put down underneath the umbrella Carrots, Beets, Pomegranates as a DBA as well. And now I'm selling smoothies. Smoothies, I got merchandise, and I'm also looking to open up a smoothie lounge, you know what I mean? Which is kind of like you can go in, sit down vibe, speakeasy type vibes, not like a regular smoothie shop where you go in and go out. Like you can chill, relax, you know what I mean? Tell people's come, kids can come, play games, all that, and just have a good time. So I've already seen the vision of my success, you know what I'm saying? Big house, cars, you know what I'm saying, vacations whenever, and just making sure my family has the best experiences that they can here on earth. So already seeing these visions, so it's like that's what keeps me driving to go forth and to get it, because it's like my passion. It's what I'm giving back to the world, you know what I'm saying, because we all here for different reasons, we don't know, but whatever you can give back, you know what I'm saying, I think that's a great motivation thing. And not even that, just from me making music and somebody hitting me up like, yo bro, this song, I listen to this every morning or every day, and it's what helped me do this or help me through this and stuff like that. So you actually creating times through your music, you creating times for other people, you know what I'm saying, and you helping them along in their life, because music is joy. It's supposed to be joy, and it's supposed to be for your mood. You listen to music when you're getting dressed, you listen to music when you're working out, you know what I mean, on your way to work, on your way home, different vibes, different moods and stuff. So just for people to see my vision and understand what I'm saying and actually enjoy listening to me and being on this ride with me, that's what drives me and shit, you know what I mean? Because I feel like if I don't do this every day, then I'm letting them down, you know what I mean? And I don't want to let them down. Like, I got to be there for them to make sure they go through whatever they're going through smoothly. So that's what gets me up, man. That, and then, like I said, my family, I got a son now, so it's like I got to provide, and I just want to show him that there's different ways to just be successful at whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? It could take a while, but just know at the end of that road, it's going to be, you know what I'm saying, your highlights, you know what I'm saying? That's what builds character, the journey getting there. And when you get there, then you'll know what to do with the money and all of that stuff, and you won't fuck it up, you feel me? But yeah, at the end of the day, that's what drives me to keep it going and keep it motivated, and as it keeps spreading, and then showing other creatives how it could be, that it could be done, like people coming up after me don't know where to start, where to go, but watching my story, my journey, can help them on theirs as well. I believe there's a higher power, but I also believe that we are the creators of our own destiny. We manifest the world that we in, you know what I'm saying? So I believe if anything, like the higher power is myself, it is me, but it's like I am creating what's around me, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like I'm me watching me, like I'm in a program or something of myself watching myself do these things, and I gotta manifest the world around me and stuff like that. Cause yeah, man, manifestation is real. The CIA told us, everybody, the feds know, you know what I mean? So it's like basically you creating the world you want to be in, but you have to be dedicated deep in, or you're just gonna be rolling through the matrix. But yeah, that's as far as me. Yeah, I'm very spiritual. My family, they grew up Catholic, Christian. Like I'm Honduran and black, indigenous people, whatever they call it now. But yeah, so a lot of them was heavy on religion, but I was always, my stepfather always told me, hey man, go research, find out what you want to find out, and learn what you want to learn. So, and I did that, and that's why, I came to what I am today. I'm just a very spiritual guy. I do a lot of meditation, a lot of grounding with the earth, and a lot of stones and stuff like that, and just, getting to the natural way that we supposed to be. You feel me? So that's where I'm at on things of that nature. But I'm not getting anybody's beliefs. It's all a belief. You feel me? I would say my idea would be somebody who listens and can also communicate. And communication is not just talking. Communication is actually saying things that you mean and getting your point across. I love a critical thinker, a woman like that. But then also, I want us to be each other's biggest fans. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that can motivate me and you know, just keep things rolling, because like the lifestyle especially comes with this music. It's like a lot of movement. You here, you there, you there. So definitely trust, you know what I mean? Trust has to be there for sure. And somebody who's fun, you know what I mean? I like to have fun. I like to enjoy things and have a good time, eat good. But then sometimes I'm in a mood. I be moody and shit, you know what I mean? I'm a Leo. Lion's the moody cat, you feel me? So sometimes you just leave me alone, you feel me? But yeah, somebody who's confident in themselves, because I don't need you to have low self-esteem, because then that's going to cause issues, because you're going to be thinking I'm doing this and doing that. Because in the music industry, it's a lot of women. It's a lot of women at events. It's a lot of women just involved with doing things and stuff like that. So definitely a good head on the shoulders, and with a focus. A woman with goals. Like, I like a woman with goals, something they want to get done, something they want to do with their life. Like, even if it's not major stuff, just have something that you want to do that drives you, and not be on, you know what I'm saying, on the back of my pant leg, you feel me? Like, have something that motivates you to grow and get bigger in yourself, and we can grow together. So yeah, somebody who's definitely ideal like that, man. So good head on the shoulders, a focus, you know what I mean? Know how to put that shit on, you know what I mean? Gotta be fly to match my fly, you know, I'll be out here and shit like that, you know what I mean? And just an all-around a cool person, you know what I'm saying? I don't like too nice, because then it'll get boring. So maybe a little spice in there, but yeah, you know what I mean? Let me see, what influenced me? Like, I'll say my stepfather for sure. He's a very spiritual guy. He's the one that, like I said, basically had me, he used to teach us a lot. He was a computer guy. So he used to build computers and build modems and a whole bunch of stuff, like early time. Like, he was in depth on the technology and stuff like that. So he taught me a lot of stuff about life, reading. He also drew, was a good artist. He drew very well. And just taught me about a different side of things, the universe and planets and stars. Like, he had an extensive library, and he used to, like I said, encourage me to go read and find out and research things, which is where I am today. It's like a lot of things we've been told is like lies. So it's like, go back and figure out when the lie came or how did it come about and stuff like that. So he definitely influenced me heavy as far as like just upgrading that vision. And then I want to say my grandmother, rest in peace. She's not here with us today, but she definitely she basically, she was probably like my first mom, my second mom, because when I was younger, I was with her a lot. My mom was working and stuff like that. But my grandmother, she was just a different type of lady. Like, she never was biased. You could tell her anything, and she gonna give you like clean cut advice, like whether you're a grandson or not. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time she told my girl to break up with me, right when I was sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? But she was always just a realist. You know what I mean? And she will always tell me, keep going, pursue your dreams, never stop. Keep doing this, keep doing that. I'm proud of you. And those things was like things that, you know, just sat and still sit in me today. And I always hold her voice in my head as far as when I'm doing things and making stuff happen. And she always just gave me the love I needed to just stay above, you know what I mean, and just keep moving and everything of that nature. So I would say, as far as, there's a lot of different people and stuff, but as far as I can think of right now, those are the two main that influence on who FAMELIFE is today. Shit, what Mike Tyson said, man, when you die, you're just dust. But now, man, I want to be remembered that I never stopped. I went till I conquered everything that I wanted to conquer, and I stayed true to me. And what I wanted to accomplish. And by that time, also, I should have some land, some businesses, and some things that's going to carry on my name, or, you know what I'm saying, my legacy, and have my family and everybody, you know, running things and that nature. But definitely want a few things to have my name on them. Pieces of land, houses. I want a whole complex. Like, so I want to leave a good stamp. Maybe people don't remember exactly who I am, but they remember me through the music. But just to have something that my family can enjoy when I'm not here. Like, I'm like a unnamed stylist, because I like just putting things together. I love bright colors, and I love just mixing things up. I think that influence came from my mother. My mother, she used to design clothes and make clothes, and she just had extensive closets of a lot of stuff. So like her her style of sense, her sense of style is where I got a lot of mine from, and I just took it to the next level, like 2.0 as far as that. But yeah, man, I love clothes, man, and accessories, and just putting things on, jewelry. See, I love jewelry, hats, everything. I always just was one of those guys who, I gotta be fly, you know what I mean? Because people judge, and the way they see you is the way they gonna perceive you. And most of the time, everybody see me as, oh, you pulled up, fly, you know what I mean? And that's how I want you to receive me every time. I'm gonna be fly. I got some fire music. I'm just a dope dude, you know what I'm saying? So heavy on the fashion wave. I said I got the brand, and then I'm gonna bring out some more brands and stuff like that. Ace of Spades brand, clothing brand, and just keep moving, man. Just keep moving. So shout out to Respect the Vibe, my boy El Camino, Sean Buck, man. Appreciate you for definitely coming through. Shout out everybody in the movement, you know what I'm saying, and living out their dreams, all the creatives. Shout out Ace of Spades group, you know what I'm saying, all my peoples out there, rap school, you know what I'm saying, and everybody I work with, man. Shout out to everybody, all the gang, and go to the website, FAMELIFE.net, get yourself some music, stick around, subscribe, all that good stuff. Subscribe to this too, you know what I mean, and we're gonna make shit happen, man. Thank you again, man. Appreciate it. Love the platform, and I love to see you grow even further. You know what I mean? Let's go.